All right, so this next game we have is Rosebuds national travel team versus the Seattle Derby Brats. For the Rosebuds roster, we have number 101 TNT, number 105 Pancakes, number 12 Cherry Bomb, number 14 Strawberry Short Fuse, number 15 So Feisty, number 177 Havoc, number 220 Nicotine Kills. Your captain for this game, number 314 Elbow Bell, number 321 Spitfire, number 327 Scooby Doom, number 408 Zodiggity, number 46 Donna Dangerous, number 503 Scar, number 51 Nessie, number 52 Madness, number 619 Catastrophe, number 64 Adri Hell on Wheels, number 7 Vi, and number 8 617 Titan, and number 900 Fizzgig.
All right, and for your Seattle Derby Brats, we've got number 00 Dust Bunny, number 000 Kanga Ruby, 009 Millihertz, 102 Luella DeVille, 200 Chameleon, 208 Magenta, 212 Wackoon, 305 Psychosis, 321 Rainbow Bite, 330 Alice in Thunderland, 36 Narwhal, 39 Rubellious, 437 Mom Likes Me Best, 5 Pterodactyl, 517 The Curly Dervish, 54 Pound Cake, 6 Inya, 823 A Meerkat, 83 Not Sorry Mari, and 993 Frida Cow Pow.
I like the derby name Mom Likes Me Best. Mom Likes Me Best. It's a cool derby name.
It is. It's very cute. I also enjoy it.
So actually on the All-Stars, on the Rosebuds All-Stars team, number 7 and number 15, So Feisty and Vi, are actually skating this year in the World Cup in Brisbane, Australia, which is really cool.
Love that.
14 Strawberry Short Fuse, 15 So Feisty, 177 Havoc, 220 Nicotine Kills, 314 Captain Elbow Bell, 327.
So we're just gearing up to start here in a minute.
503 Scar, 51 Nessie, 52 Madness, 75 867 Teen Titan, and 900 Fizzgig. And skating for Seattle Derby Brats, 0-0.
Oh, what a cute little team moment on the bench right now. Love that.
Their cheers are always so powerful, and I get chills listening to them.
I love the energy. It's a vibe.
Real. All right, looks like jamming first for the Rosebuds. We have the Team USA jammer herself, number 7 Violet.
823 Amir Cat, 83 Not Sorry Mari, 993 Frida Cow. Awesome. We are very excited to get game 2 started. Lots of clapping.
And then jamming for Seattle, we have,
Hugs and smiles on the track.
I cannot see their number. I believe that's the Curly Dervish.
I cannot see the number either. We'll see it.
We'll see it in a second.
On our jammer line, we've got the Curly Dervish.
It's like we're
Curly Dervish.
There we go. Starting up at the pivot line, at least for now.
There's the suck back in the 5 seconds. And we're off.
Ooh,
There's
quick lead for
for Rosebuds, yes.
Lead jammer for the Rosebuds.
Curly Dervish fighting against that wall of Scooby Doom, Havoc, and Fizzgig, accompanied with number 101 TNT.
Scooby dropping back to do some offense.
Great job of stopping by.
Curly Dervish still fighting for those points and for that initial.
He's Curly Dervish at turn 1.
Both teams putting up a tight defense on this first jam.
Both of these teams are amazing to watch against each other.
By struggling against Mom Likes Me Best and 009 Millihertz.
Ooh, Vi keeps the toes in. That was really cool.
It was. Havoc holding with Scooby. And a long, long drawback.
7-7. Havoc rolled back to the top of the turn. By looking to put points on the board.
TNT accompanying that tripod.
Getting some offensive help from
We've got
Fizgig.
the cap off for the Derby Brats.
Looking for that pivot, and the jam is called. That is a 4-0 jam.
Hard fought 4 points.
Both teams are both putting up incredible defense so far. Looks like jamming for the Rosebuds, you have number 408, Zoe Diggity. And there's that whistle. We are off. And a pretty big hit out.
And a long drawback for both jammers.
So feisty drawing back that jammer, accompanied with nicotine kills and elbow bell.
Rebellious stuck in the back behind number 8
And lead has been established to Zoe Diggity.
and number 15, so feisty.
Rubellius fighting against that Rosebuds defense.
Help from 321, Rico Light.
Quick little hops to get through on for 4 points.
And getting points on the board. Rebellious still stuck behind a full pot of purple.
Oh, and a one-handed catch.
Beautiful.
We need
That's
to
a
get-
hard skill.
We need to get that on the replay. Get that on the replay.
Off the board for the Buds.
It is a hard skill.
Looks like we've got a cap pass, number 330.
Alice in Thunderland. And there's that call off. That is an 8 or 11-0 jam in favor of the Rosebuds. Jamming for the Rosebuds, we have number 14, Strawberry Short Fuse.
Certified Slut Saver, developed, tested, and trusted by the best.
I would tell you who the Brats jammer was, but I'm too blind from this vantage point.
You're good. Let me see. We'll see it in a second.
That is 54 pound cake for your Seattle Derby Rats.
Oh, we've got two foodie type names, Strawberry Short Fuse and Pound Cake. Rosebuds being solid on defense, TNT with a drawback.
And that is lead for the Rosebuds.
Millihertz trying to keep Fizgig away. And Fizz playing some solid offense. Strawberries through for 4. Looks like,
TNT holding that outside line.
yes. Looks like Mom Likes Me Best is headed to the Rebel Heart Therapy box to hash out that direction penalty. Maybe a bit of existential dread too. Rebel Heart Therapy, individual and relational therapy for Portland's Black Sheep and Unicorns. Rosebuds being strong on that defense, not giving that jammer, not giving Pound Cake anywhere to move.
It's a good hit out by number 00 Dust Bunny.
And beautiful line work. Millihertz going up. Big hit out from Millihertz. That was a no pass, no penalty. So Millihertz went out of bounds. So how that works is Millihertz went out of bounds as Strawberry Short Fuse also went out of bounds. So their position was lost. So Strawberry Short Fuse could enter in front of them. But I believe it's now being called a no earned pass. I have no idea though. Fizz and Madness holding that jammer.
Another 4 points for the Buds. It looks as though there has been a cap pass.
To Mom Likes Me Best, number 437.
20-point jam.
Looks like a team timeout is being called in favor of the Derby Brats.
We have a timeout being called on the Seattle Galaxy.
This timeout is brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
Both teams putting up a very, very tight defense this game.
Yes, that they are. The penalties seem to be pretty low. I mean, it is only the first 5 minutes of the game, but they seem to be pretty low. Everybody's playing a pretty clean game.
I love that. The best derby is clean derby.
Exactly.
Another word from one of our sponsors, Porque No Taqueria. The sunniest place in Portland. Voted the best tacos and Mexican food in
Alrighty, it looks like Derby Brats' timeout is ending. There's that rolling whistle. Jamie for the Rosebuds here, number 7, Quicksilver, or Violet.
And we have an official timeout, it looks like.
And now we move to an official timeout. This timeout, again, brought to you by RCR's official realtor, Welcome PDX.
So we have another timeout. This timeout is brought to you again by RCR's official realtor, Welcome PDX.
The Rebel Heart Derby penalty box is
Both teams doing a little huddle at the pivot line, making their plans, chatting it out. We've got number 36 Narwhal as the jammer for the Derby Brats.
Making their appearance for the first time, jamming, I believe. Do not believe they've jammed for the Derby Brats yet.
I believe you are correct.
stay in the know about all things Derby and Portland.
Want to support RCR in 2025? Interested in sponsoring the Rose City Rolls in 2025? You can have your mission-aligned brand integrated into our vibrant community of skaters, fans, and volunteers. The opportunities are truly endless. Go to www.rosecityrollers.com/our sponsors or email out to sponsorship@rosecityrollers.com to learn more. There's that 5 seconds and the whistle. Oh, cut track on number 36, Narwhal. This leaves Quicksilver or Violet in a power jam. And lead has been established. Looks like Nessie and Narwhal are in the Rebel Heart 30 penalty box. Maybe going over what not to do.
Looks like they have another friend joining them in that penalty box.
Looks like 105 pancakes. Violet fighting against that Brats defense. Narwhal rejoining the track. Nessie and Nicotine Kills holding on to that defense with elbow bell.
Narwhal getting some offense from number 6. That is a name that I do not know how to pronounce properly.
Evelina.
Thank you.
Are you thirsty but don't want to leave your seat? We deliver. Scan the QR code on the bumpers.
So Jamie for the Rosebuds, we have Zo Diggity.
They will be brought to you.
One of the coolest new features of games here, I believe, in my humble opinion, is
That is the Curly Dervish for Seattle Derby Brats.
And lead has been awarded to Zo Diggity. Scar fighting with that defense, accompanied with Havoc and Scooby Doom. A little hot skip and a jump, and Zoe is through for 4.
Curly Dervish fighting at the top of the pack.
That's a direction being called on 000 Finger Ruby. That's going to leave the Brats down 1 in the half.
Scooby holding onto that jammer, just giving them no room to move. It looks like the cap was actually pulled.
Looking for a pass to Mom Likes Me Best.
Havoc shoving them out of bounds, saying, nah.
Havoc is very good at that.
Great job by Amir Cat to try and slow Zodiggity down.
Huge hit by Zoe. Just staying in bounds, but went out.
Beautiful job by Galaxy to get Zoe out to the outside. And now
Amir Cat doing some excellent defense for the Brats there.
Oh, yeah. Zoe out of the pack on 1 foot.
Curly Dervish with the cab off.
Havoc just denying the offense being played on them. And that jam is called off. That is a 17-0 jam in favor of the Rosebuds.
Lovely replay of that big hit.
Beautiful replay.
The bug is so good.
Zoe's a powerhouse when she gets a lot of speed. She's just a powerhouse.
Strawberry short fuse on the line again.
So we got number 1 for Strawberry Short Fuse jamming for the Rosebuds All-Stars.
And that is Rubelius for Seattle Derby Brats.
So Feisty drawing them back. Nessie and Pancakes with a big hit out and a long drawback. It's like Teen Titan is headed to the box on a back block penalty.
Oh, and Rubelius getting a cut track. Going to be going to that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
And this is a power jam in favor of Strawberry Short Fuse, and lead has been awarded to Strawberry Short Fuse. Beautiful offensive help. Pushing that blocker out of play. Up for 4.
Rubelius going to be re-entering the track now. Looking to get out on their initial.
Rubelius pushing and fighting against that Rosebuds defense. Feisty and Nessie saying no.
Ru with the cap off.
Looking for that pivot.
Amazing flexibility on that.
Strawberry short fuse has gotten lead jammer. Rubelius still not completing initial.
Both jammers stuck in a nice tight scrum.
Looks
Looks
like
like
they
we have a pass.
to Allison Thunderland, but not enough time to get out.
Another 2 points on the board there for the Buds, making them a 10-point game.
We've got Vi jamming for the Rosebuds.
I can hear from the crowd already that that is Chameleon for the Seattle Derby Brats. I believe out there on the track.
Jamming though?
No, as a
that's-
blocker.
Oh, blocker.
That is number 54 jamming Pound Cake.
By hit to the inside by number 000, that was Kangaroo Ruby.
Chameleon giving some offensive help to their jammer.
Excellent work driving those blockers up the track. And that is Pound Cake.
That
with
is
lead
the
jammer.
first lead to Seattle Galaxy. Havoc just fighting against that blocker. Vi with the cap off. And thought there was a cat pass.
A little bit of a pile up there.
Seattle holding Vi back from their pivot. And there has been a cat pass to number 177, Havoc, who is your jammer for the record for the Rosebuds.
And the jam is called. That is 3 points for the Seattle Derby Brats. They are on the board.
And we've
Nice
got,
narwhal out there for Seattle Derby Brats.
and that's
Jam
Zoe
line.
Diggity for the Rosebuds. Long drawback by So Feisty in favor with Nicotine Kills and Elbow Bell.
So they need lead jammer for the Buds.
Zoe Diggity has been awarded lead jammer.
Back to play some offense for Narwhal. Zoe finding Allison Butler back in front.
Zoe Diggity staying in bounds on a no pass, no penalty.
Narwhal fighting hard in the back of the pack to get through. Cap has been pulled and a pass.
There's a pass. Oh, that was not a pass. That was an illegal star pass. So
Narwhal
that-
is still your jammer.
that pivot had to give Narwhal that that jammer had to give Narwhal that pivot had to give Narwhal the cap back because they were not the jammer, and if they kept the cap, they would have gotten the penalty.
Good awareness on that pivot to make sure that they were able to correct that illegal pass.
Very good awareness.
Owned by Buds parent and Gunner Skating.
So we've got Strawberry Short Fuse jamming for the Rosebuds. Ooh, a little
That
2-2
is-
action.
Frida Kapow on the jam line for the Derby Brats. Scar and TNT being solid on defense. Number 52 Mattis having that awareness to bump up. Fizz being beautiful. Oh, and looks like a direction penalty has been awarded to number 900 Fizz Gig. We go do some group therapy in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
To talk about how not to get directions.
Number 321 Rainbow Bite doing some good offense for their jammer.
Like Kangaroo be coming in to give some offensive help for their jammer.
Seattle Derby Brats locked down on Strawberry Short Fuse there in turn 2. Strawberry Short Fuse able to work some levels there and get through, picking up another 4.
Big hit up at the top of the pack.
And the call off. As an 8-point jam. Ooh, making their jamming debut, we have number 177 Havoc.
I love Jammer Havoc.
Jammer Havoc's awesome. So powerful. They have so much awareness.
I'm both so excited and so not excited for them to become an adult so that I can skate with them and get hit by them because they hit very hard.
And that is the Curly Dervish for Seattle Derby Brats. Havoc having that awareness for the no pass, no penalty, and has not been awarded lead jammer as there was a no pass, no penalty.
So Curly Dervish is eligible to receive lead jammer.
Havoc is not, though.
Havoc with the one hand.
The one hand. We need to get that on the replay. That was a beautiful. Oh, and the cut track. No.
And looks like we have had a cap pass. So it'll be a little jammer rodeo happening.
Oh, Jammer Do-si-do. It's always so interesting watching Jammer Do-si-dos. So no jammers are eligible to get lead at this point. So this will be a jam for the full 2 minutes. A little bit of jammer on jammer action trying to happen. Nessie giving Havoc some offense. And Havoc is through on their initial.
Allison Thunderland still fighting at the back of the pack.
Draw back by number 51, Nessie.
There goes Allison Thunderland out of the pack.
They are on their initial pass. Havoc fighting against that defense. But a long draw by number 6. That is
Evelina.
Evelina. Evelina taking elbow bill out of bounds, and there is the end of that jam. That was a 10-4 jam.
That one was exciting.
It was exciting. I love watching Jammer Havoc.
Yeah, the one handout is a Havoc specialty that I love to see. See, there's the replay of it multiple times in that jam.
Looks like for the Rosebuds we have Quicksilva jamming, or Violet.
And that is Rue Rebellious for Seattle Derby Brats. Or Rebellious.
And Vi is through for lead.
Rue working at the top of the pack here.
Scar taking the blunt force end of that defense. Nicotine dropping off to play some, Nicotine Kills dropping off to play some of that offense.
Scooby Doom heading up the top of that Bud's tripod.
And looks like Vi has lost lead due to an illegal contact penalty.
The first power jam for the Seattle Derby
Brats,
Brats.
yes.
With an excellent little belly flop to get out of the pack.
Scooby catching that jammer, accompanied with number 52, Madness. Vi re-entering the track.
Rue with a nice little beam dip there, but gets hit out by number 327. That is Scooby Doom.
Madness and Scooby Doom holding back that jammer.
And a natural end to that jam.
During that time, you could head over to the merch booth at Turn 3 to get checked out in your favorite team's merch and check out a bunch of new items for sale.
Looks like a number 408, Zodiggity jamming for the Rosebuds again.
And we've got number 54, Pound Cake, who is lead jammer for the Seattle Derby Brats.
With Zodiggity not far behind. It looks like a foot race.
And a call off. It looks like number 993, Frida Kapow for Seattle Derby Brats.
And number 14, Strawberry Short Fuse.
Back on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
Chameleon dropping off to play some offense, but picking up a penalty on the way. Fizz being solid on defense, accompanied by TNT. Picking up a forearm on the way. Looks looks like there's going to be some group therapy to talk about how not to get these penalties.
Derby Brats doing some good offense, get Frida out.
Beautiful, beautiful little line work to get out of that pack. Frida Kapow out for 4. And a little, just a swoop and a call off. It's a 12-4 jam. Looks like we have number 503, Scar, jamming for the first time this half.
And that is number 36, Narwhal for Seattle Derby Brats.
Back in pedal, Scar actually used to be a full-time jammer for Killer Bees, actually, which is really cool. And that we're off, and Scar through for lead.
Brats coming back to do some offense for Narwhal.
And beautiful work to stay in bounds. That was 4 points awarded.
Narwhal still fighting against that Rosebud defense.
Scar getting the back of the pack, hit to the inside.
Chameleon giving their jammers some offensive help.
So feisty in company.
Narwhal with excellent awareness of staying on the track when they're getting close to those lines.
Long drawback by number 2-1 Rainbow Bite. Scar just plowing through that Seattle ball.
Chameleon still sticking in the back, working on some offense, trying to get their jammer out.
Scar 3 for 4.
So feisty and Elbow being that solid defense. Chameleon's trying to give some of that offensive help.
Trying to keep the Buds from forming.
Dust Bunny with a hit out on the Buds jammer.
And a call off. Jamming for the Buds, we have Violet again. Keep calling her Quicksilver. It's her old derby name.
And I believe that is 517, the Curly
Curly
Dervish
Dervish,
again
yep.
for the team in white.
And Vi staying in on that line with 1 foot. It's awarded lead jammer. And Vi through for points. 4 points awarded.
Curly fighting through that Rosebud tripod.
That Rosebud's defense forcing, that was TNT, but picking up a direction penalty on the way.
That Seattle defense locking in.
And a big drawback. So looking at the penalties currently, we have Rosebud sitting at 10 penalties and Seattle sitting at 13, which is actually a pretty low penalty game so
Yeah,
far.
pretty even across the board, which is Always good to keep it nice and even and competitive.
Yes. So Junior Discovery Day, kids 7 to 17 can try Derby for free at Discovery Day on May 4th. Watch a game, learn about RCR, and try skating. Go to rosecityrollers.com/join to check out Derby Discovery Day. And we are back. Looks like we have number 51, Nessie, jamming for the first time for the Rosebuds. And there's that whistle to start the jam. That's number 39, Rue Bellius, jamming for the Seattle Derby Brats.
Doing a cool little spin at the back of the pack there.
And a no pass, no penalty, so Nessie is not lead, and Rue is eligible to get lead.
Took the cap off there, but put it quickly right back on.
That's a double penalty for Not Sorry Mari.
Nessie powering through that Seattle wall.
Seattle popping back to do some offense. Got the cap off for Rue.
Number 330, that is Allison Thunderland trying to play some offense just then and looking for that cap.
Rue Bellius is still having an issue completing the initial pass.
Allison Thunderland catching Nessie.
Nessie going out in a long drawback by Evelina.
Another drawback.
Evelina accompanied with Allison Thunderland. Also drawing back TNT at the exact same time.
Nessie trying to get through on the toe stops, not quite able to stay in bounds, recycling back behind the net.
So we are off the period clock and we are now on the jam clock. And mind you, this is a full 2-minute jam because lead was not awarded.
Both jammers fighting hard the whole jam.
So Feisty going to the box.
I believe that was Not Sorry Mari with a good hit out there.
And there's intermission. So Feisty will start in the box for this next jam, but currently it's looking like a pretty good game so far. We will see you guys after halftime.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We got you.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.
Welcome back to Bridge City Riot. Got the Rosebuds national team and the Seattle Derby Galaxy.
Yes, it is looking like a pretty good game. Both teams are putting up such an amazing fight. Defense is amazing. The offense is amazing. Everything is just, everybody's putting up such an amazing fight.
Got the penalties up on screen here. A pretty even penalty spread across the teams.
Yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. It's been a pretty clean game.
Really speaks to the talent of all of these juniors to be able to play nice high-level derby with few penalties.
Yes, it does.
Got just under a minute left until we get back to action here. Teams having their little team meetings, chatting about what they want to do for the next half, getting feedback from coaches.
Feedback from the coaches, from the refs. Do you love our sponsors? Tag them on social media at #RCRsponsor. And make sure to follow and tag at Roasty Rollers on social media to stay in the loop about all things Derby in Portland.
There is our rolling whistle. Refs are taking to their positions. I believe that looks like the Curly Dervish coming out to jam for Seattle.
And looks like number 408 Zodidi jamming for the Rosebuds. Little jammer interaction. It's all smiles down there.
Love when the vibes are nice, good, and positive between two teams. Always makes the game better.
It does. It also shows good sportsmanship. So if I see starting in the box for this jam, So there's an advantage to Seattle.
Curly Dervish is driving up at the top of the pack. 1 to beat. They got lead.
Titan holding on, eventually has to let go. Picking up an out of play block.
And Curly Dervish is back in the pack and a quick score pass. And another quick scoring pass for Curly Dervish.
So Feisty re-entering that pack. And the call off. That is a 4-8 jam in favor of Seattle.
Great jam for Seattle.
Our junior program fundraiser roller rally is underway. Support the future of roller derby by donating at rosecityrollers.com/roller rally.
So, yes, looks like we have number 1-4 Strawberry Short Fuse going against Rubellious. Fizz, Scooby, and Havoc holding on with the solid defense.
Both teams locking into nice solid tripods.
Teen Titan giving some offensive help, and Strawberry Short Fuse is through for lead.
Keeps the toes in.
Beautiful read by Strawberry Short Fuse to go and continue forward.
That is 00 Dust Bunny doing some excellent defense at the top there.
Dust Bunny's been having a great game. And the call off.
If you were looking for something fun in the summer,
Got Vi jamming for the Rosebuds.
it's 6 weeks of summer camp for ages 7 to 18.
That looks like number 5-4 Pound Cake for Seattle.
rosecityrollers.com to register for summer camp.
We have Vi up against Pound Cake. Vi taking the inside line, 1 to beat.
Seattle holding on to Vi. Vi just fighting. It looks like 2-2-0 Nicotine Kills picking up a contact penalty.
Some excellent defense from Seattle there.
And Pound Cake is through for lead. Vi, so it looks like Vi has pulled that cap, but their pivot is in the box, and it was in a beautiful star stash.
Pound Cake through for a scoring pass and calls the jam. It's a 4-0 in favor of Seattle.
So we got number 36, Rubellious jamming for Seattle, and number 408, Zoe Diggity jamming for the Rosebuds All-Stars.
Looks like we got both teams setting up all the way up at the pivot line. Some old school foot on the line action from the Seattle pivot.
Little juke action by Zoe Diggity. Fizz and SoFi playing some solid defense. Number 200 Chameleon helping out their jammer with some offense.
So Diggity re-entering on a scoring pass.
Number 823, that is a Meerkat and Dust Bunny holding on with that beautiful defense.
Number 15 for the Buds with an excellent hit out drawback.
That would be so feisty.
Narwhal really fighting to get through that tripod.
So feisty picking up a direction penalty.
Both teams in a very solid tripod, putting up some great defense.
On their respective cameras.
Zoe making that quick call off.
Stay in the loop and get texts from RCR. Text join to 503.
And I believe that is 993 Frida Kapow for
And
Seattle.
jamming for the first time this game, number 101 TNT.
Everybody should come and play roller derby with us.
TNT
Little whip
breaking
action.
through that Seattle defense. Out for lead.
Turn one, roll back to the pivot line. TNT reading that re-entry just right.
One hand
One-handed
out.
catch.
TNT staying in
Seattle not falling for it. And a hit out by 330 Allison Thunderland. Ooh, and a penalty.
The penalty. It looked like it was blocking a downed skater. Legal contact. TNT fighting through that defense.
Not sorry, Mari, the one at the top of the pack, and gets a hit out. Oh. Also receiving a penalty, I believe.
I don't know what time. Beautiful just sail through with that defense.
An illegal contact was that penalty on Not Sorry Mari, it looks like.
Yes.
Seattle having some group therapy in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
With two on the track, it is really hard to slow TNT down.
Frida getting some excellent forward momentum with those Buds blockers.
Yes. TNT through for another 4.
Cap is off for Frida, looking for a pass. And I am seeing the sign that there was one.
So
It's now Allison Thunderland.
As a 24-point jam for the Rosebuds.
A Curly Dervish taking to the Jam on Hawthorne jam line for Seattle.
With Strawberry Short Fuse taking the jam line for Rosebuds All-Stars.
Curly Dervish and Strawberry Short Fuse. Curly Dervish looking to follow Chameleon through the pack.
Chameleon working on some offense for Curly Dervish.
Keeping number 52 Madness away from that defense.
Not making much forward progress.
Strawberry Short Fuse working some laterals in the back of the pack, trying to get past that Seattle tripod.
And Curly Dervish through for lead.
With a little Zoom room Bob training Apex
Jump. Yes, take your dog to Zoom room. They'll learn how to do that.
Curly calling the jam. And that is a 3-point jam in favor of Seattle.
Looking at that replay. Just breaking through that Rosebuds defense. She's got Vi taking the jam line for Rosebuds.
That is Rubelius for Seattle.
Vi taking a spill. So our junior program fundraiser roller rally is underway. Support the future of roller derby by donating at roasterrollers.com/roller rally.
It's for the kids. You gotta support.
Yes,
for the
please
kids.
support us. Please support us.
All right, looks like we are returning to action here with
It's got Scooby Doom taking the jam line for the first time this game.
and I believe that is 3-9 Rubellius.
This official timeout brought to you, as always, by RCR's official realtor, Welcome to PDX.
Scooby is just such a sweet little human, smiling and joking around with that other jammer.
It's all smiles and fun. Just a ball of joy.
Very thankful that I have the opportunity to coach with them.
There's that 5 seconds and the whistle. This jam is off.
Scooby with a little jammer defense, little hip hit.
Rubellius going out of bounds. Fizz escorting them back.
And that is lead jammer for Rubellius.
Scooby drawn back by that Seattle defense, pulling that cap,
Rue slamming into that Bud's tripod.
fighting against Mom Likes Me Best, Evelina and Alice in Thunderland. Havoc at the top of the pack, holding on to that jammer and just politely escorting them out of bounds. Havoc giving Scooby some offensive help, and has
Havoc, I believe, has the
taken
star.
taken the cap. So there has been a cap pass to number 177 Havoc for the Rosebuds.
And we have a star pass on the Buds to Havoc.
Havoc just absolutely slamming into that wall and stealing 2 points.
Stealing 2 points.
Still
always
a
makes me
4-2 jam in favor of Seattle on that one.
Always makes me so happy whenever the pivots take the cap and they get the points. Makes me so happy.
Stars go head-to-head in the Roses versus Buds game here at the hangar. Go to rollerderbytickets.com.
Got number 408 Zodiggity jamming for the Rosebuds.
That looks like that's number 5-4 Pound Cake for Seattle.
So Diggity and Pound Cake jamming.
And Zodiggity is lead in favor of the Rosebuds.
Pound Cake has removed the star.
Fighting against that wall of number 105 Pancakes, 314 Elbow Bell, and 15 So Feisty.
And Dust Bunny, pivot for Seattle, is now your jammer, has taken the star and is fighting through the defense.
So Diggity stuck behind number 54.
Huge hit by, I think, Elbow Bell or So Feisty.
I think it was So Feisty.
– 105 Pancakes holding on to that jammer with that defense.
Chameleon doing offensive work for their jammer Dust Bunny.
Zodiggity fighting against that defense.
Seattle locking that tripod down, really making Zodiggity have to work for it.
Both sets of blockers dug in. Elbow Bell with the offense.
And the jam is called.
Got Strawberry Short Fuse jamming for the Rosebuds. And number 36, Rubellius for the Seattle Derby Brats.
That is 3-6 Narwhal for Derby Brats. Who is your lead jammer? Ooh, and 3-2-1 for Seattle with a big hit out and drawback.
Rainbow Bite.
Great job.
Strawberry Shortfuse fighting through that defense. Gently escorting that blocker out of bounds.
And Narwhal is going to call the jam with 3 points.
Number 5-1 Nessie is jamming for the Rosebuds.
And that looks like 993 Frida Kapow for Seattle.
Frida Kapow fighting against that wall of elbow bell and nicotine kills, and so feisty. Nessie getting some offensive help from number 8617 Titan.
Seattle holding it down, top of the pack. Some excellent defense being done by both teams into this jam. Chameleon dropping back to do some offense.
Nessie fighting against that Seattle defense. We are now 55 seconds left in this jam.
Both teams doing an excellent job. Got some players doing offense, some players doing defense, and everybody's doing a great job. Got a long drag back from Seattle, doing some offense on their way back, trying to help their jammer.
Elbow bell and so feisty with a long drawback. That's number 009 millihertz hitting Nessie out of bounds and drawing them back. That was a full 2-minute long, no lead established jam.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Props to all of those skaters that were just on the track. That is not easy to do, folks.
It is not. And it takes a lot of strength.
And physical endurance, mental endurance.
Yes. So that's
We've
number
got
7, Quicksilva.
And Curly Dervish for Seattle.
Quicksilva out for lead. Havoc giving some offensive help. Having to drop back to bridge. Quicksilva out for 4.
Mom Likes Me Best doing some offense for Curly Dervish, who has removed the cap.
Looking for their pivot. Little bit of a pile up.
Excellent pass for Seattle
to Evelina. And Vi goes ahead and calls it.
Great awareness for Evelina, the pivot there, on picking the perfect moment to get that pass. Looks like we have got a team timeout here.
In favor of the Rosebuds. So this timeout is brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
Are you a parent that's watching this that has a kid that would love to try out some roller derby because RCR has their Junior Derby Discovery Day. Kids ages 7 to 17 can come for free on May 4th to try out some derby. Can watch a game, learn about RCR, and get some skating done. Go to rosecityrollers.com/join to check out Junior Derby Discovery Day.
And in favor of that, summer camps, Junior Derby summer camp registration is open now. We have 6 weeks of summer camp for ages 7 to 8, all skill levels. Go to rosecityrollers.com to register for summer camp.
Get your kid into derby, they'll be in derby forever. Signed, a aged up junior skater.
We've got 408 Zo Diggity jamming for the Rosebuds All-Stars.
And that is 3-9 Rubelius for Seattle.
Zoe juking through that defense.
Rue removing the cap, looking for a pass to Dust Bunny.
Dust Bunny playing some offense.
Rubelius out on a no pass, no penalty.
Number 105 holding that jammer, accompanied with elbow bell and nicotine kills.
Some excellent offense there from Teen Titan to get their jammer out.
Beautiful defense as well.
Rue really driving that seam, trying to get through that tripod. Chameleon coming in doing some offense for Rue.
And Zoe out for 4 points.
That is a multiplayer for Teen Titan. Going to send them to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Amazing little spin around by Rue.
It was beautiful. And a call off from the ground. That's real though.
When I'm on the ground, I often would like to call the jam as well.
Yeah. So we've got number 54 for Seattle. That is Pound Cake. And number 14 for the Rosebuds, Strawberry Short Fuse.
Pound Cake looking for that outside line.
Fizz, Scar, and Madness being solid on defense. Scar gently escorting them to the line. Maddie with the chase down, and Pound Cake is lead.
Pound Cake re-entering on a scoring pass. And Pound Cake is out for 4 points.
For 4 points, beautiful work.
Strawberry Short Fuse still fighting that Seattle defense. Looking for some offense from Teen Titan.
Big hit out by number 503, Scar. Strawberry Short Fuse still fighting for that initial pass.
Pound Cake finding a really strong defense at the back of the pack here.
And Strawberry Short Fuse is out for initial, is not lead. And Pound Cake calling that jam.
7-point jam for Seattle.
It's like making their jammer debut. We have number 15, So Feisty for the Rosebuds. So Feisty actually used to be a full-time jammer for the Rosebuds All-Stars. Jammer turned blocker.
And jammer again.
Jammer again.
You can't ever escape jamming. You'll always end up doing it.
Oh yeah. no matter how much you loathe it. And there's that 5-second whistle. And Feisty is out for lead.
But Narwhal is not far behind.
It's like a foot race.
Jammers and blockers getting a chance to showcase their speed there.
So Feisty just breaking through that wall and picking up 2 points. Got number 7, Vi jamming for the Rosebuds. And
I believe that is 993 Frida Kapow. Frida taking a big hit, but shrugging it off.
Working the inside line, what the beat.
Vi taking a big spill to the inside.
Frida getting lead jammer, but getting caught back up into that pack.
Vi pulling that cap.
Some offense getting Frida out of the pack.
Frida out for lead, yes. Coming around on that scoring pass. Havoc looking for that cap and has taken that cap. So your jammer of the record for Rosebuds All-Stars is number 177, Havoc.
Big hit there by Allison Thunderland.
Havoc having none of that.
And Havoc is out on the initial pass for the Rosebuds.
It's like we've got number 101 jam again for the Rosebuds All-Stars.
And 517, the Curly Dervish for Seattle. Both teams rolling back towards that jammer line.
And
Curly Dervish is out, but the Rosebuds have lead jammer.
got caught right as they're about to leave.
And it looks like Seattle was able to steal 1 point. We've got number 39, Rubelius, jamming for Seattle.
And number 14, that is Strawberry Short Fuse jamming for the Rosebuds.
Both jammers pushing the pack way up after that whistle.
Both fighting for that lead.
Strawberry Short Fuse and Rebellious both wearing the stars with 4 minutes left in this game.
Scar, Havoc, and Scooby holding on to that jammer, not letting them through for anything. And Strawberry Short Fuse has picked up lead jammer for the Rosebuds.
Seattle has lost their pivot on a forearm penalty. Jammer has the cap off but will not be able to pass. Pivot back on the track. Jammer cap in hand. Sneaky little pass there.
Havoc with the hit out and a very long drawback.
That's Allison Thunderland now your jammer for Seattle. And Allison Thunderland is out on the initial. Strawberry Short Fuse in the pack on a scoring pass.
And the call off. We've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game, actually.
It looks like 5-4 Pound Cake for Seattle on the jam line.
And number 7, Vi, for the Rosebuds All-Stars.
Both jammers taking a little tumble together at the back of the pack.
Vi coming back with a lot of spice.
Both teams really leaving everything out on the track in this last 2 minutes. Pound Cake driving up at the top of the pack, trying to push those blockers out of play.
Both teams fighting for that lead. For 105, holding on to that jammer, accompanied with Elbow Bell, number 314.
Dust Bunny going to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box on a direction. Pound Cake still driving up at the top of the pack.
Vi getting some offensive help from Team Titan. Taking a little tumble at the inside line.
Both jammers getting a run back.
Over a minute into the jam, and we still do not have a lead jammer.
And Pound Cake is out.
Pound Cake is through for lead. Vi
Excellent.
looking at the pass, and the pass in a cap pass happened to number 15. So feisty.
It is a star pass to so feisty on the bets.
And Pound Cake has called the jam with 2 points for Seattle.
Looks like we got number 220 jammer for the first time, Nicotine Kills.
And number 36 Narwhal. Replay of that lovely pass that we saw there.
Skating against Nicotine Kills.
Nicotine a little on jammer defense.
Big hit there on Narwhal.
Nico hit out in a long drawback by Evelina.
And Narwhal getting out for lead jammer.
Nico fighting against that wall. No cap pass.
Narwhal back in on a scoring pass. Getting some offense from Evelina.
Nicotine Kills picking up a cut track penalty. So this is a power jam in favor of Seattle.
Elbow Bell back on the track for the bets.
Elbow Bell attempting to hit them out, hit Narwhal out.
Beautiful finish down by Elbow Bell.
Seattle doing excellent offense to get Narwhal through on that scoring pass.
Nicotine re-entering that pack with the hopes of finding their pivot.
Narwhal threw on another scoring pass. Not sorry, Mari holding the Buds jammer there.
Nico hit out in a long drawback by Evelina. Evelina picking up a penalty on the way. And there has been a star pass to number 503, Scar. So Scar is your jammer of the record for the Rosebuds.
And Narwhal calls the final jam of this game.
And there is your unofficial score.
14-point jam for Narwhal. What a way to end the game.
Everybody just left it on the track. It was a beautiful, amazing game.
For the start of Game 4, which is going to see the national travel team taking on
Got the final penalty count up on screen.
the regional travel team taking on
And there is your final score, everybody.
Great job to both of these teams.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We got you.